Well, Jax Taylor is breaking his silence since Brittany Cartwright filed for divorce. But not only that, she just shaded him in a new adult toy commercial or adult toy ad, rather. And then we have a real housewife of Orange County star that is under fire for a false arrest, filing a false police report. We're going to get into all of it. Let's go. You're listening to No Filter with Zach Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. What's up? Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day. It is Labor Day. Labor yay. Today. Hi guys. I hope you are having a lovely 3-day weekend. Hopefully, unlike me, some of you are not working today. I did actually kind of have a chill weekend. I went back and was binging Pretty Little Liars, and I'm halfway through the last season. Well, because I really only picked up from the time jump at the end, which, spoiler alert, halfway through season 6, they have a time jump in Pretty Little Liars. And so that's where I picked back up with the show. I haven't watched it in since it came out, 9 years ago was the last season, 2015. Yeah. So about 9 years ago. 2015, I think it ended in 2016. I don't know, I may be fudging that, but whatever. Sarah says, what a nice surprise. What do you mean, what a nice surprise? I'm here every Monday. I'm always here for you. Nancy Haas says, my first time being live. Yay. Looking forward to your podcast every day with my morning matcha. I almost said morning mocha. I was like, morning mocha, girl. This ain't 2004. Nobody drinks mochas no more, but a matcha is delicious. Laura says, I'm binging Gilmore Girls and I'm going to make meatballs. Ooh, how fun. Oh my God. I've done the Gilmore Girls rewatches now. I was in the mood. I saw some clips of Pretty Little Liars on TikTok. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in a long time. And I went back to watch it, and now here we are. So, well, Janelle, we're back. But it's been very fun because when I first started rewatching it, I was like, oh, this is really cheesy and corny and very soap opera-y. But then once you are watching it, then you get hooked, and I'm like, oh, I'm hooked all over again. I'm into it. What's going on? Who's AD? Trying to connect the dots and put the timelines together. It's quite the time. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to start with? Well, let's start with this OC thing. And then we'll get into the Jax and Britney of it all. But hi, Nicole. Hi, Danny. Hi, Anna. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jen. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Russ. Russ says happy Labor Day. Hi, Amber. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Anaconda. Hi, Mallory. Woo, woo. Okay. Shout out to everybody. Let me know where you're watching in from so I can give you a little shout out. Danny said, did he say he's watching Pretty Little Liars? Yes, but only from the time jump. So when they do the 5-year time jump after high school, I didn't go back and rewatch any of the high school stuff, which is how the show starts, is when they're in high school. But then when they did the time jump, I was like, ooh, okay. Let's see. We have Sweden in the house. We have Ohio in the house. What up? Look, we're gonna be all over the globe today. North what? North Kakalaki in the house. North Kakalaki in the house. I was like, no, what in the Tom Sandoval's little cocky? What? North Kakal what? Oh, we have England TV from England. Rebecca from Sydney, Australia. We have Blue Aquarius from San Diego. Russ from New Hampshire. Sarah from Yosemite. Laura from North Carolina. We have Pamela from North Carolina. Laura and Pamela, have y'all met up yet? Ellie from San Clemente. San Clemente. Cassie from Iowa. Woo, woo. Okay, now Nora and Laura are going to meet up. We have ND from Germany. Wow, we're all over the globe today. We have more. We have Serpent Shannon from San Diego. Germany and Sweden and England. Wow, we're all over the globe this morning. Well, I guess then it's not Labor Day for all of you then, right? Just us US residents. I didn't realize we were so international. I'm an international lifestyle brand, baby. Okay, let's talk OC. So, Real Houses of Orange County newbie Katie Janela. So there's this lawsuit that has resurfaced because this guy claims that she called the police and reported a fake crime, which caused him to get arrested, which he says is false and is not true. So In Touch, I guess, got these court documents. This lawsuit was back in 2016. I'm wondering if this guy like resurfaced and like sent them. I mean, somebody had to have tipped off In Touch because I highly doubt. Well, I mean, I guess since we had the other lawsuit over the golf shots. Remember the golf ball shots that she's like partnering up with this couple, and this couple is now being sued by this guy who claims it was originally his idea, and they were, talking and meeting about bringing this golf shot to fruition, and then this couple ended up cutting him out, and Katie ended up partnering with this couple, and so unbeknownst to her, this couple had conversations with this dude in the past, um, before they launched this golf shot. And so he also named Katie in it because I think Katie's acting like she's involved in the company somehow. To me, it kind of just seems like they were using her to promote um the golf shots on Real Housewives of Orange County. Like, she was more of like a brand ambassador. That was kind of her role when it came to it, but not entirely sure. Anyway, but I assume that when that lawsuit came out, people started digging, and then they came across this lawsuit, and it's filed by this guy named Sydney. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Sidney. Are we back? Are we back? Can you see me? Let me see. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize the live feed had cut and I was still going. I was like, yeah, da 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 da. Okay, good. We're back. Okay, good. There we go. Sorry, I don't know what that was about. Apologies. How long was I gone for? Oh God. Okay. Anyway, let's just take it back from the top. From the top, make it drop. That's some wet and gushy. Okay, well, wait. When did the text come in that I? Oh, I got cut off. Okay, 3 minutes ago. Okay, so not too long. All right. Sorry, guys. I was reading my notes and I didn't notice that the feed had cut out. Anyway, back to where we were. So Katie Janela, okay, so long story short, Katie has some sort of altercation with this guy. What's his name? Sydney. Now I don't know where we left off. Well, damn. Okay. We're just gonna take it from the top then. Sid. Oh, because I was saying his name, and then it was. Oh, really? I thought I was gonna have to switch to redacted speed. No. Katie who? Okay. I guess with the whole OC part got cut out. All right, so we're just gonna take that completely from the top. Okay. So we have an Orange County housewife. We'll get into this, and then we'll get into all the Jax and Britney stuff. But so Katie Janela, who's the newbie on Real Housewives of Orange County, she's been accused of calling the police and making false allegations against this guy. His name is Sydney Silva. Sidnei. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Sydney. I'm going to call him Sydney. Sydney Silva. So this is a lawsuit that came out back in 2016. And I'm assuming it was dug up now because remember, she was recently being sued over the golf shots. Remember, there were these golf shots that were there's this couple that launched this golf shot. They brought Katie in as some sort of like partner, brand ambassador. It's unclear what Katie's actual role in the company is or how she knows this couple, but this couple launched these golf shots, which are like golf balls, but they have like cocktails or shots inside them that you can drink while you're golfing. So this other guy came out of the woodwork and said, actually, that was my idea. And I talked to this couple originally, and the three of us were supposed to partner and do this. And then they ended up taking the idea and going and doing it on their own. And now they have Katie involved, and they're using Katie to make money because they're trying to promote it on Real Houses of Orange County. And that's what this guy's claiming. And so that's the most recent lawsuit. Katie, from my understanding of the lawsuit, is really just named to get press. It doesn't seem like she has any involvement with this dude. It has no connection to this dude at all. And even the allegations that he makes against her, I would imagine Katie gets dismissed from it. But that's the most recent lawsuit. And like we know, you can sue anyone for anything. We live in a very litigious country. That said, circle back to there's this older lawsuit that has now resurfaced from this guy, Sydney Silva. This happened back, or this lawsuit was filed back in 2016 against Katie because I guess they had some sort of dispute. It says that there was an incident that happened with Katie back in 2015. Sydney and Katie. They had an incident. It's unclear what the incident is. Maybe he bumped her car. Maybe he scraped her car. Maybe he cut her off. Something happened, right? And after whatever happened on the highway, she ends up following him to his house and gets out of her car and is he's claiming confronted him aggressively and he's upset or she's upset with him. And so he says that he was just trying to protect himself. So then he got his cell phone out and he's like, "Oh my god, Karen in the wild." And so he's filming her, right? And she's upset about something. This is what he's claiming in his lawsuit. So we don't know if this is the actual truth. We just know these are his claims that he made. And this is way before she was on Housewives, way before she was cast on Housewives. This happened back in 2015, but the lawsuit came in 2016. Okay. So he claims she got out of her car. She was confronting him. He was filming her to protect himself. And she ends up calling 911. And she tells them that, he's preventing her from leaving. And that I guess she explains to him that there was also some sort of incident. And so she called to, he claims, falsely report a crime that was not true. Police end up coming because she claimed, according to him, that he was trying to prevent her from getting inside her car and from leaving the scene, even though she was the one that was coming and attacking him, essentially. And so police came. They end up arresting him because of what Katie was claiming. They end up arresting him for false imprisonment because he wouldn't let her leave, disorderly conduct because he was behaving disorderly, and for reckless driving because of whatever happened on the highway. Upon further investigation, he claims the police ended up determining that Katie was the primary aggressor and that they end up dismissing the charges, and it never moved forward. But he says that as a result of her calling the police and as a result of her um, filing this false reporting or making these false allegations against him, that he was thrown to the ground and he was injured and he got arrested because of it. And so he says that he had to hire lawyers and they had to fight in court, and he spent like over 12 grand trying to defend himself. Ultimately, he accused her of, not false imprisonment, but filing a false police report. And he also accused her of slander. I don't know how she slandered him when it doesn't appear any of this was made public. But I know there are distinctions between slander and defamation. But again, I don't know how he has any grounds to sue her for slander. But so he was then trying to sue her for 100 grand in damages. Now, apparently, Katie never responded to the case. And as a result, I guess there was a judgment in his favor, and he ended up getting the 100 grand that he was asking for, plus the 12,000 in attorney's fees that he was also requesting. And so that was settled in 2018. Interesting that it says that she never responded to the case because in this most recent lawsuit against her regarding the golf shots, and the reports from the press were also saying she hadn't responded to the lawsuit. But I believe she was claiming that, or a rep for her was claiming that she never received the actual lawsuit. So we'll see. This Sydney dude ends up filing lawsuits against the police officers. So it seems like he was really going all the way with this. So, I mean, I'm assuming that, if there was a judgment in his favor because she failed to respond in over 100 grand, I wonder if she had to actually pay that. But, so it looked like he was driving home and he noticed that Katie was texting while driving with several children in the car. He said a driver who was texting ended up killing his brother 8 years ago. He claimed that he shook his head in disapproval as he passed Katie, which led her to follow him. And the lawsuit claims that Katie parked behind him, got out of her car, left her kids inside the car, and was screaming at him, confused by this woman's behavior. After all, she was the one who had endangered the public and the children in her car by texting while driving. Silva began recording the event with his cell phone in 2018. Sydney and the officer agreed to dismiss the case. Interesting. So this is all being reported by In Touch, who was the one that got a copy of this lawsuit. Um, so that was the incident. It had to have been more than that. I'm sure he didn't just see her texting and like nodded in disapproval. And she's like, "Let me hunt you down and let me go get you because you're, you know, mad that I'm sending a text message while driving." Um, she's all yeah, and then they talk about how she's currently in her divorce, and then she's being sued for the golf shots. So, oh, interesting. Per the original settlement agreement, Andrew was awarded primary custody of the kids. The exes went back and forth in 2018 and worked out a new deal where Katie was awarded custody of their daughter, and Andrew kept the two boys. In the case, Katie was accused of forging her ex-husband's name on student loan documents. She denied the claims. Wow. She does talk about this a bit on the show, the messy divorce with her ex and the kids. Interesting. And the daughter, wasn't it didn't she say that the daughter chose to not wanna live with the dad, and that's why the daughter ended up coming to live with her? And she seems to have a great relationship with her daughter. I met her daughter at the Bravo pop-up, um, they have, like, a Bravo, like, a pop-up experience, and they invited some of us to, like, a soft launch, and so I saw her there, I met her there. She's very lovely. Very, very lovely. But anyway, so with this specific lawsuit, I don't know. Do we really I don't they wouldn't have arrested him if they didn't have, like, a reason to arrest him, and the other thing too is they wouldn't have arrested him if he was filming all of this with his phone. There would have to be evidence of what actually happened, so why would they arrest him? I don't know. Something about this whole thing just sounds off, but it's also, like, weird that, like, this happened back in 2015. He filed the lawsuit in 2016. He was awarded his judgment in 2018. Maybe she hasn't paid him. Like, what's the point of even bringing this all up again? It's old news. I don't know. You want to see how petty someone can get a divorce. I mean, yeah. Didn't the daughter change the last name to the stepdad's last name? Yes, I believe she revealed that on the show as well. Arivna says, "A little overboard to follow someone just because they shook their head at you. I call BS." Yeah, there has to be more to the story than that, right? Like, if that's what he's claiming, that's all he did, and, in their altercation or in their and they were having their argument that all he did was pull out his phone, like, why would they arrest you for false imprisonment if like, there had to have been more than that. Like, you don't just chase somebody down or, follow them to their parked car just because they nodded their head at you, right? Like, there had to have been more to the story. And I believe there is more to the story because Kate Casey revealed on Twitter, she said that she was just with Katie Janela, and she claims that Katie claims that that's not what actually happened that day. I tend to believe that there's probably, you know, it falls somewhere in the middle because there's no way that his claims are only what happened. And listen, he's making these claims in a lawsuit, so he's trying to get money out of it. So that's obviously why he's gonna blow it up and maybe hyperbolize it a little bit. So yeah. Pamela says, "Remember when Tamara was in the back of the car and told her husband, 'I want a divorce?'" Oof. Marianne Stout said, The one of the sons ended up with Katie. The dad won't even talk to his daughter." Yeah, and that's why and the daughter changed the last name, and so now she acknowledges her stepfather as her real father. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like whatever went down in their divorce and in their custody battle, it was messy. It's your bestie, Miss Westy. These hoes try to test me. Test me. Okay. Let's talk about Jax and Britney. So Brittany Cartwright ended up doing this ad for this adult toy for a vibrator, essentially. Um, I don't know if YouTube will allow me to say that, but so yeah. She said POV. She posted these photos with her holding it up, and she's like, "Ooh, look at me! Look what I got!" And she put, "In my self-love era, I've always done everything on my own, so I'm not going to stop now. I'm sending out free vibes or gift cards to everyone who signs up to my spicy toy giveaway. Click the link in my Instagram bio," and then she talks about how she does it. And so the brand is Bellessa Boutique. I believe Sheena's done ads for them, and Lala's done ads for them. And Lala shaded Randall. She's like, "Oh, this is the best, best time I've had in bed since, in the last like 6 years," while she was dating Randall. So she said, 10 out of 10, recommend a toy friend. So there you go. Brittany's giving it away. She says she's always done everything on her own. So why is she going to stop now? Kind of feels like it's a dig at Jax. I don't know if that's a dig at his bedroom habits, or that's a dig at like he never did anything and she always had to do everything on her own. It was a choice. Um, so yeah, yeah. Do we know if Lala had her baby? I don't think Lala's had her baby yet. I think she's still pregnant. Oh, Lala's due date is today. Oh, then she may be going into labor. I don't know. We haven't heard anything. But today's Lala's due date, September 2nd. We shall see. But yeah, so Brittany posted this um, toy ad, and then Jax uh, Monday morning, on Labor Day morning, ended up posting like a lengthy message about his mental health the since he got out of the treatment center and since Brittany filed for divorce. And so we've seen them film together. They had like a retro, I think it was like an 80s inspired event that they were doing together, like some sort of sporting event that they were all at together, and they were filming the new show. Jax was there, Brittany was there. Apparently they avoided each other and weren't talking to each other while there, but they looked cute. They looked like they were at least still enjoying their time together um despite being at odds, essentially. Let me see. What was the actual event that they were at? Um, I'm not sure. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I was hoping I could pull up the photos, but I don't know where I saw them. But anyway, they're filming the new season. They're still filming together, so they should be solid. Apparently, Brittany also had a she addresses this on her podcast too, and then I'll read you Jax's statement. But let's see. This is what Brittany had to say.
Sure everyone listening has seen the news online by now that I filed for divorce from Jax. I unfortunately can't speak on details because everything has been heavily documented on the show since we happen to be filming right now. You will see how everything plays out once the show airs, but I will say this. This season has been the most difficult season I've ever had to film. I never imagined I'd go through something so personal and painful while having the world watch. I'm not saying this for anyone to feel badly because I know that this is the life I chose and I'm so fortunate in many ways. But I will always want to be real with y'all. Many have said online they think this has been a publicity stunt for the show or to garner ratings, and it's the furthest thing from that. My decision to file wasn't made lightly or quickly. It's taken me many, many years to get to this point where I've gained enough courage and strength to do what was best for me, get myself out of a toxic relationship, and ultimately see my worth. It's been very difficult, but I'm stronger than ever. And my motivation is my son, my Cruzy, who deserves a happy and healthy mommy. Moving forward, Jax and I will be doing the podcast separately. Thank you all so much for the support. I love you very much. And I hope that you enjoy an episode that has some of our best memories together from the past. And stay with us because we will get this together soon. And I love you guys and just hang in there with me. Thank you.
I mean, listen, this is obviously heartbreaking. They have a kid together. They were in love for a long time, or what I'm sure they both believed was love. And I imagine she didn't come to this decision lightly. But at the same time, for her to be like, "Oh my God, the way my life happened to play out this season was just so, unexpected." But I'm like, you. waited until cameras were up to file for divorce. Like, you could have done it sooner. You could have done it later. You could have, like, I don't know, the time, like I don't think that they're intentionally doing this for ratings, but I do think sometimes when you're filming the show, you get so caught up in like your life becoming the show. Um, but I mean, it's gonna be one hell of a season, that's for sure. Um, but so after Brittany made her statement, so she made this statement August 30th. So a couple days ago. I think this was what, Friday? Yeah. So the podcast, so she made it clear that the podcast will continue, but they're gonna do it separately. And then when it comes to Jax, here, I'll read you his statement. He said, he posted a black and white photo of himself, and he looks like he's reading a book, very stoic. Um, but so Jax writes, a little over a month ago, I checked into an intensive inpatient treatment facility, scared of the unknown and what I would find out about myself after many years of knowing something was wrong, but not knowing exactly what it was. I recently learned that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. It's been a lot to process and an emotional time for me. However, I've come home to my son and a newfound sense of peace. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of the future, but my focus is just trying to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. Mental health is a lifelong battle of not letting it control you, but rather you learning to control it. Thank you to everyone who's reached out in support and also shared their own personal struggles for me. Your messages have helped me more than you know. This doesn't sound like Jax. I'll tell you that. Um, it does not sound like Jax. It is very well written, and if anything, it does sound like a very peaceful. It reminds me of when Teresa came out of prison and she was like, "Namaste," right? And she was like, "I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. Yep, I'm different." So I don't know if this is a Ramona New Beginnings for Jax. I'm hoping that it's more than that. I'm hoping, I mean, bipolar and PTSD. I'm curious what he has PTSD from. Um, Bipolar and PTSD. I mean, listen, he's getting help. That's the important thing. It's good to see that Brittany feels empowered. He put her down for a long time. Um, and he always was kind of just diminishing her and belittling her. And, she was never allowed to criticize him or he would flip out. And so it's just, sorry guys, I'm off. This triggers me. Why is it triggering for you, my love? Danny says Pamela Ryan Bailey said the production gave him an ultimatum that they would not film with him unless he got help. I think it's serious, but he would take it. But he would take it seriously. Yeah, I mean, everyone's like, "Jax is a pathological liar." I mean, I get it. I don't know. I mean, Jax is also somebody that likes to lean into victimhood when he wants to absolve himself from any sort of accountability. So, it's tough, you know? Um, I'm glad that Brittany's in a better place. Um, maybe she doesn't really believe all of this. Maybe. Because listen, if you really love somebody and they're going to get help and they come back and you see that they're making, like, real genuine efforts to, like, get better, then, like, you stick it through with them, but it doesn't seem like she's really willing to stay with him any longer. So, if anything, maybe this isn't going to, change much for him. I hope it does, but I also think, like you guys said, like, his history isn't just like having outbursts or, getting triggered by certain things that, get him to respond in a certain way. Like, his behavior is not good. Like, he cheats on people, he lies all the time. He's a pathological liar, as many of you said when he was on Cameo. He was over there saying that he was donating the money to cancer, and he wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The D must really be good, Joe. Who's Jax? Oh, Brittany should hook up with Max. Everyone has. Has everyone hooked up with Max? Who's everyone that's hooked up with Max? I didn't realize Max was that popular. I mean, we know Katie hooked up with Max and Dana hooked up with Max. That's awkward because Katie and Dana have a podcast together and they both hooked up with Max. Did Sheena hook up with Max? Justice for Laura Lee. Yeah, Laura Lee was a little off her rocker, though. Sarah says, question, do you think the engagement on OC has something to do with the time on the reunion? Maybe. I mean, it's very possible. But, like, how sick is that if they really wanted to just do this so that they can have a moment at the reunion and, like, really throw it in Shannon's face? That would be even worse, especially because 'cause they're like, just wait as the season goes on, you're gonna see Shannon for who she really is, you're gonna see Shannon get exposed, you're gonna see Shannon for who she really is." I'm waiting to see Shannon for who she really is and with their description of her. I don't know. Ooh, looks like it was just reported that Phaedra Parks will be on Dancing with the Stars. Um, let's see. Taste of Reality said, in case you missed it, the word on the street is Phaedra Parks will compete on season 33 of Dancing with the Stars in addition to Phaedra. Um, who would you like? Who is returning to Real Houses of Atlanta after incredible appearance on The Traitors? Two other stars have officially joined the cast. I don't know. All of these rumors about who's coming on Dance with the Stars, like it's never real until it's real, right? There are always all these rumors that are out there. Marianne Stout says Brittany filed after Jax got out, so that's what made it sus. He probably tried to play the pity angle with Brittany. Probably. Yeah, I agree. Sheena hooked up with Max. That was her first need with oh, that's right. Sheena did. Didn't it happen in Vegas? Oh no, he hooked up with the knockoff Sheena in Vegas after hooking up with Sheena. Katie and Dana talked about Katie hooking up with Max in one of their episodes when it was revealed on Vanderpump Rules. What did they say? Anything interesting? Does anybody listen to their podcast? Sheena gave Max an Apple Watch. This was pre Adam the Penguin guy. Oh, poor Sheena. Oh, Sheena. The fact that she was also doing all of this on camera too. The fact that an Apple Watch was, like, such a big deal. Funny. Funny. Max has been around the block a couple of times. Good for him, he's a cutie. Max, if you wanna come around this block, I'll be hanging out on the curb. Max is cute. He's got his tattoos, he's got a little butt. You know, he's doing his thing. Oh, Danny says she listens to Katie and Dana's podcast. It's not bad. Okay. We should have a review of like all the Vanderpump podcasts. We have Stassi and Kristen and Katie and Dana and Sheena and Lala. I guess Everybody Loves Tom is done. We have Rachel Goes Rogue. Max's OnlyFans posts haven't been at all controversial, so I've heard. Oh yeah, that's right, because he is on the platform now. Well, Dana was a little salty at Katie for not telling her ahead of time, and Katie apologized. Katie loves to keep secrets, doesn't she? Until she gets called out by Lala at the reunion and then has to answer for them. Katie is very discreet. She doesn't like other people to be discreet. Mostly VPLs. Is it a good VPL, Joe? Does Max have a good VPL? Or is it like, okay, shady Katie? Yeah, she's out here sleeping with everybody's. I mean, does she have a responsibility to tell them? I guess no, but like, you know, I don't know. IDK. What else? We talked about Jax. He says that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Brittany filed for divorce. Brittany threw shade at him with her little toy ad. We talked about Katie and her lawsuits. I like Lala the best because she makes me laugh and she's pretty real. I know a lot of people don't like her though. I like Lala. I think she's real. Maybe Jax has PTSD from being himself. PTSD for the times he got called out and he was exposed to. Pamela says it seems like it would be awkward for their podcast. I mean, I guess. Sarah, sorry to bring this up. Saw someone post about you wearing Jason's shirt telling people it was about somebody's husband. What? Sorry to bring this up. So here I go. Sorry to bring this up. So here I go. That's how Sarah opens this. Sorry to bring this up. So here I go. I saw someone's post about you wearing a Jason shirt telling people it was about somebody's husband. What was the post? What did you see? I need to see the post before I have a response to it. But yes, I mean, that's part of my merch collection is I have shirts that say "Find me at Jason's." I launched them with my when I was doing other shows. It's literally yeah, it's a merch shirt that I've had that was launched back in what, November? It's not really anything new. I've had those shirts. I've there's a the famous Jason's liquor store here in downtown LA. So the shirt says "Find me at Jason's Wine and Spirits." You know, it's a liquor store. That's why I made the shirts. It's a double entendre. It was meant to be cheeky. It was meant to be a little shady because of the rumors that were put out by somebody else. So yeah. If anyone follows him, they know it's a liquor store that has the judgy oh, yeah, I forgot. I saw him the other day, Danny. I ordered from Jason's, because now I don't live as close to Jason's as I used to, so I was always going to Jason's, but now I still do the delivery from Jason's, whereas before, it's like, I'm not gonna pay a delivery fee when I can just, go downstairs and walk straight to Jason's myself, but since I've moved to a different apartment in a different part of downtown, I now have Jason's delivered to me because Jason still delivers in under 30 minutes. And the shady cashier that used to always be at Jason's, I guess now he does the deliveries. Not always, but most of the time. And so I had ordered, and I didn't think it was going to arrive so quickly. And I'd ordered it while I was taking the dogs for a walk. And I literally did not think that they were going to get here that quick, but they did. So then I get the call, like, oh, I'm at your door, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll be right there. And I'm like literally running down the block to get the dogs upstairs, to get in the elevator, to get back up to my apartment so I can meet the guy and get my delivery because it's alcohol and you have to show your ID, whatever. Um, and so when I got there, I was like, I'm here. And then he looks and he's like, oh, like he always remembers me. And he's like, oh, there's the alcoholic. Jason delivers in under 30 minutes, I bet. Listen, that's their policy. That's their policy. Jason's quick, you know? Um, liquor in the front, poker in the back. Hardy har har. Hardy har har. She's been his supply all these years, being emotionally abused. Brittany, yeah. I like Lala's podcast. Sheena's okay when she's doing the fam thing. She really lacks interview skills. Um, I haven't listened to Sheena's podcast in a minute. I wanna go back on maybe the Jason's guy only delivers to you. No, because I also ordered, something from Jason's the other night, and it was a different guy. So, they cycle them out. It's not always the same one, but there is another one. I don't know if I told you guys about. So, I just there's the shady older gay Asian man that's always, like, giving me side eye, but then there's another guy. He's actually really cute, and he's really sweet. He probably has a wife or something, but he's just, like, always really sweet, loves my dogs because I would take Sky in there all the time. Um, yeah, and he's a cutie. I think he's, like, the manager or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I like him. And you know what? Even though the older Asian man's always, like, throwing this little sass at me, um, like, "Oh, no wine today?" And I was like, "Bitch, I just wanted a Pellegrino. Leave me alone. Let me live my life." Lee says, "I used to work at a liquor store, and I only judged the people who got mad when I opened late." The girl, it's 9:05. Listen, I will say, I don't have a liquor store. Well, I mean, I do have a liquor store, but it's further down the street. But I have a corner store. It's our downtown LA version of a bodega. It's nothing like a New York bodega, but it is funny because when I'm like, "Hello," they open at 11. It's 11:02. Where are they? You know, it's a little mom and pop business, so but it does still. You know. Sarah says, Zach, I've been watching you for a long time. I remember you were doing a live and you had to pause it and make us wait. Oh, that was like a members only live, though. I wasn't doing like a regular live. And that was, I think, the 3 hour live that we did that one night. Remember, we were getting lit and I was ordering Postmates and I was ordering alcohol and we were living our best life. Yeah. Was that I lived above a liquor store, and the line forming every Sunday before the noon opening was long. Really? People line up at the liquor store in the like, really? I'm not buying liquor that early in the morning, but I'm just saying, wow. You can't even be discreet when you deliver anymore when the delivery guy ends up being the same and he already knows your face. Like, the whole point of delivery is so that they don't know that you're an alcoholic. And then there you go. Always make nice with liquor connection. Yeah, I do. Always, 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 always. Okay. Well, I think that's all we have. Oh, wait, somebody had a question about Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. Question. Did Brittany come into a relationship with very little? Um, well, yeah, she was from Kentucky. She came with the family on a farm, but she was working at Hooters, remember? I don't think she had very much. So it's not like she was digging for gold. And I don't think Jax had very much at that time either. 8 a.m. is where they open. There forms the line. Interesting. I didn't realize people lined up to go to the liquor store. Interesting. Well, I'm not at the liquor store at 8 a.m., so I wouldn't know about a line. She just came with her Kentucky muffin. That she did. And Jax was like, yum, give me some gravy. Danny says she's the one who carried them when they got kicked off the show. That is true, because remember, she got that Jenny Craig deal. Yeah. Joe says, could you ask Stu if he's ever hooked up with a Cormac Murphy? What is that? What is a Cormac Murphy? I don't even know what that is. The 3-hour live was epic. People still talk about the 3-hour live. That was wild. We had to take that down the next day. I was like, we cannot save this. That was a good members only. Was it that? I don't remember it, but it's because you guys were like, just keep drinking. I have a bottle, then go get another bottle. Uh, so yeah. Mm. Brian says I can neither confirm nor deny any of my behavior during any member only. Yeah, you should re-upload that members only. No, that was a disaster. That was why I had to retape a new members only the next day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Joe, is he from Love Island? Why does he look so familiar? Who? Oh, the Murphy guy? I don't know. I think Joe has like a dirty joke worked into that Murphy guy. I don't know what the joke is. I don't get it. A lot of times Joe's jokes go right over my head, but yeah. Hmm. But yeah, that was the epic wildlife. I don't remember what I said bad things there. Candy Box says, I knew as I lived in the 90s, those days are long gone. Thank you. What days? Hi, Rashonda. What's going on, girl? Sarah says, what's your plans for the holiday? Go play. Spend it with the family. Have the dogs run around and play, jump and play and live all day. Yeah. I made chocolate chip banana bread. Ooh, yeah, start to finish. Ooh, RN Explorer says, when I start, I always finish. I always go to completion. Chocolate chips and all. Chocolate chip banana bread. I'm surprised you didn't get sanctioned for that members only. It was a members only. It was like within the members. Did you text Messi and Moctus? Oh no, I didn't. No. Should I? Why should I? No. No. Okay. I think that's all I have for you guys. What a fun time. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Labor Day. Hope you have so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed your it was a game, Truth or Dare. I know, but we didn't end up playing Truth or Dare because nobody had any like real truths or dares. That was what we did on the last members only. We played Truth or Dare. Okay. Have a lovely rest of your Labor Day. I hope you guys enjoyed your 3-day weekend. I love you. I appreciate you. You can keep up with me at Just Plain Zack all over the internet, or you can watch the or you can follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack on Instagram. But always hot tea, always fresh fresh news being spilled, all the fresh goss always out there. We have a new episode of the Pop Report. It'll drop on Wednesday and Friday of this week. So stay tuned for that. And new episodes of No Filter all throughout the week. So let's get it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the last of your weekend. If you're in the US, happy Labor Day. If not, live your best life. Safe travels, Mallory. Mallory's boarding her flight to Booty Town. Get it, Mallory. All right. This is why everyone should join Members Live with Zack. It's wild. It's always a wild time. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.